I am your son. You're not my son. My son is bald and has no teeth. How long ago was this? 16 years ago. There you go. That explains a lot. I grew up from a baby into a teenager. In fact, it's my birthday yesterday. Oh yeah, that's what they do. Hold on a second. No! I completely forgot! Ah! Oh well, I start losing my teeth and going bald when I just become a pensioner anyway. In fact, I might even start losing my hair before that. Sean Connery, for instance, started losing his hair at about 21. Yes, and I'm still considered one of the best British actors ever. In fact, I'm actually considered one of the best actors in the world ever. Full stop. The name's Bond. James Bond. Hello ladies and gentlemen, Nick here, and welcome to my review of the Lego Ninjago Movie. With this one, I was looking forward to it because it's a Lego movie. Saw some trailers, probably first one was that Lego Batman, the previous Lego Cinematic Universe film. Are we calling it that? The theatrical Lego movie, if you will. It's the third instalment after the Lego Movie and the Lego Batman movie, the latter of which was earlier this year, the first one being 2014 with a sequel due for 2019, I believe. That's probably going to be the next one. I must be honest, I do not know anything about Lego Ninjago, the Ninjago range, apart from the fact it's a popular Lego toy similar to Lego City. Maybe that'll be another installment later down the line. So, not knowing anything about Lego Ninjago, I'm just looking forward to the fact that it was a Lego film. So, Lego movie, if you wish. So, wasn't completely hyped for it, like Lego Batman, because I knew about Batman. So, but I went to see it, and it was looking pretty good, and later trailers included a pussycat. Meow. Oh, it's a very cute cat too. And, yeah, it's a good film, but not as good as the first two. Let's be honest, I went to see this with my friend Ollie Pajak, aka Mr. Tice 11, and we both agreed it's not as good as the first two films. It wasn't as funny. It has its funny moments, obviously, but it's not as funny. It's not very funny. It's got some good laughs. The story also isn't as good. It was looking like it was going to be good, but, well, better than it was, but not quite. The plot is that there's this big evil villain person trying to conquer Ninjago City. And these 6 teenage ninjas, trained by Jackie Chan's Master Wu, they have to defeat this guy. Eventually, one day, because the lead one, the green ninja, is the villain's son. And one day, he reveals to the villain that he is his son. And then the villain eventually conquers the city, so the ninjas have to go on a quest to find a weapon to stop. Well, the son used the ultimate weapon to try to stop his dad, but turns out that the ultimate weapon is a light for a giant tabby cat to destroy the city, and so the ninjas now have to go and try and get the ultimate weapon to stop the cat from destroying the city and stop the villain. From this moment on, there are spoilers. I do tell you there are spoiler warnings at the start of this review. You should listen. Especially if you watched Blade Runner 2049 and you hadn't seen the films. You really would have learned a lot without having to see it, and it would have been a big spoiler. So, from now on, spoilers for the film. So, only watch if you've seen it, or you don't care. They're not as big spoilers as Blade Runner 2049, and it's not as worth worrying about it, but spoilers anyway. Basically what happens is that the villain is going after his son, not to try and kill him or anything, he's just trying to track him down to stop them and reclaim the ultimate weapon for himself. Eventually he ends up working with them to escape some generals he fired out of a cannon. They all ended up in this big community in the middle of the forest, and they go and get the ultimate weapon, and along the way they get the son and the father are trying to get to know each other a bit more, and it's actually quite nice seeing them interact a bit. And the fact that the father either doesn't beforehand, he doesn't want to get to know him, or he's just so much of an idiot. He just doesn't understand some of the stuff. But during the course of the second act, he and the son are starting to get to understand each other a bit, and we get some nice backstory about halfway through, towards the end of Act 2. It's quite nice. And then at Act 3, they have to go and stop the cat. The villain, again, takes off to try and control the cat and be ruler of the city, if you will. And eventually the son manages to stop the cat and rescue his father, who had been eaten by the cat. I say eaten, the cat had to go in like that, but he was still alive inside, and a tear from his mouth from all the things that his son was saying made the cat spit him out. Like that. Poor kitty. But everything's fine now. They all forgive the villain, and the cat becomes their mascot. Hooray! Hooray! Yeah, I don't think they would forgive him that quickly, that easy, just because they tormented his son for the fact he was his son for so many years. We were jerks! We were bastards! Let's be nice to him by starting with forgiving his dad and the cat. Let's all be nice. Let's give him another chance. Let's let them start over. I don't think that would actually work. I think a similar thing happens with Lord Business in the first film. They're just like, yeah, we forgive you. Let's get on with the next adventure. The second film, Lego Batman just lets them have a day's head start before their next battle, so they just allow them to do that before the next battle, which is expected. That one's okay because Batman fights his villains on a multiple basis, particularly the Joker. But Lord Business and I can't remember his name in this film, but it's Gagaroff or something. Link, it's down here below. Not an idiot. They just forgive him, these two villains, Lord Business and G. I'll call him G. G in this one, so quickly. Like, we don't care. We forgive you. Yeah, so unrealistic. But then again, Lego films are not very realistic. Not even the human bits. Besides the emotion, well, not completely unrealistic. The emotion is realistic, and it's really good. And it's got a nice story. It's a bit cliched, especially towards the end where he's just like, oh, so this and that and all that. And when Lloyd, who is the son, starts talking to his mother about how much he loves her and just being great. It's starting to feel a bit cliche. It was okay up until that point, but when he started going to the mother, it's like, oh, get on with it. We get it already. We understand, and it's been done time and time again, especially in children's movies. We get it already. Just go back to the cat. Go back to the cat, which they did briefly as the mascot. But it is still a pretty good film. It's not brilliant, it's enjoyable. The cast does a good job, particularly the guy who does the villain. And Jackie Chan is enjoyable as Master Wu, as well as the shop owner in the live action scenes at the start and end. And yeah, he's, the robotic suits are great, but then the ninjas then have to learn to do Ninjago martial arts wise way. So it's interesting seeing them just going from suits and weapons and stuff to instinct and powers and abilities. It's interesting to see their journey, although there is quite a lot of attention on Lloyd, the son of the villain, but the other 5 don't really get that much development or even that much screen time, even though they were pretty much, the 6 of them are working with each other together throughout the most of the film, as well as with Wu and or the villain. Their personalities are also, they start off well at the start with both their alter egos and themselves at the school, but later throughout the film they don't really develop that much. It's the most development of the development is between Lloyd and the villain, and whilst it's strong development for those 2, the other 5 don't really change or develop that much, besides perhaps not being friends with Lloyd for a little bit after he causes the ultimate weapon to be unleashed. But sometime throughout Act 2, they somehow decide to be friends with him again, perhaps when he's starting to act a bit more like a leader. So yeah, it's enjoyable, it's good. It's not brilliant, but kids will like it. It's got a lot of laughs in it. Well, I certainly laughed a bit, and I think Ollie did as well. There was only one other guy in the screening besides us 2, so there was only 3 of us. Granted, it was Sunday. It was Sunday the 15th. It was a Sunday evening screening at 6:30. And it was just the 3 of us, me, my friend, and one other person, who may have been a critic or just a parent checking out for how it was, but at no point did he laugh. It was just me and or Ollie. And Ollie thinks he was bored throughout and probably fell asleep for it, so yeah. Well, I know Lego Ninjago Movie didn't get that much money on the Sunday 6:30 screening then. 1 student and possibly 2 adults. Yeah. But in overall, this film's alright. Kids will like it. You might get a laugh out of it if you get a lot of laughs out of it. I mean, more so if you're a kid who's the target audience for this film. But if you're not, then you'll still probably get a laugh every now and again. Especially the villain. He's great. So yeah, I'm going to give the Lego Ninjago Movie a 7 out of 10. I gave it a 7 because despite being really enjoyable and funny, the story's been done quite a bit beforehand, and it's not completely interesting. It's good, but it's not completely interesting. It's basically a battle in the city for a bit, then they go on this quest, development happens, crisis happens, and chaos ensues, and then last act, final battle with the villain and or incident that's going on. That's still enjoyable throughout, and yeah, it's quite good, and you've got some nice twists, like the mother being a warrior princess before deciding to become a mother in the city, and abandoning her, well, I don't know if I can say husband, boyfriend, after he decides who's the villain, who wants to take over the city for their son, but she eventually decides, no, enough's enough, and just takes Lloyd, and they begin a new life in the city, whilst the villain eventually goes on to become the villain as we know him in the present day, and becomes a bit of a jerk, but anyone think he has no redeeming qualities, well, they should watch the end of the film, because obviously everyone is quick to forgive. Then again, everyone was pretty much unfair to Lloyd for being the villain's son, so yeah, especially as when they found out he was the ninja, which I actually thought some people might have found out about, besides the villain and his hench people. Where did he get all those people, by the way, from? Besides the villains knowing about Lloyd, and also his friends and Master Wu, and the villain telling Lloyd's mum, nobody else noticed until the end. I thought a lot of people had noticed, but obviously not. Everyone was still quite shocked when he revealed it. Another cliche / twist. It's a twister! What a twister! But, yeah, it's enjoyable. You'll like it. That's it for me on this one. Stay tuned for Ollie Pajak's review, Mr. Tice 11's, if it's not already up. If it has, go watch it. And we did a reaction to this, like Cast 3, when we saw it. So that will either be posted at the end of this or in a separate video, and he will probably put it, Ollie's will probably put it in his video, his review. So thank you for watching this review. Enjoy the reaction, whether it's in this video or a past / future upload, and I hope you enjoyed the sketch too. I haven't filmed it yet, so you'll be seeing it before I've done it. Well, you'll be seeing it in that time of doing the review. You'll be watching it at the start of the review, whilst I'll be filming it after I've done it. So I hope you enjoy it, whatever it is. And thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. How long do I have? 50. I'll rely on this. And I must be honest, I was not completely looking for it to read. I am your son. What? What? You're not my son? My son's bald and... I am your son. You're not my son. My son has no teeth and has... You're not my... Oh, yeah! That's what you do! Oh, hold on. Ah! No, hang on. Oh well, it could be worse. I mean, I become... No. Bastard stoner prick!